Fishing Hervey Bay in my own little trailer boat's probably one of my favourite things to do. But having one of my kids join me makes it even better. It was mid-December, so all the pelagic species were on, and we're also hoping there'd be some little black marlin on the flats still. But it was the middle of the day, middle of the tide, and all the birds were sitting on the water. So we had a quick flick just to confirm there was no action and went in and had a swim. Well, we're waiting for the tuna to come on. All the birds are sitting on the water at the moment. So Sam had a bit of a play just to get his casting skills in order. And I pulled out my fly rod and had a flick because I tell you, they looked like bonefish. I don't know what they were. Anyway, I had no joy with them. Anyway, after a bit of lunch, I got the binoculars out and I could see the birds were working again, so we shot out there and had a go. But after an hour of casting slugs and plastics at these schools, we gave it away. They just weren't on the chew. So I always use Wathumba Creek as my base. It's a nice little hidey hole for trailer boats. The bay can get quite sloppy, so it's good to get in there in the evenings. Ideally, I try to go when I have high tides in the morning and evening, just for easy access to the creek. But that doesn't always line up with the weather, of course. And that was the case here. So we had lows in the evenings and mornings, which meant we'd come into the creek and just anchor up and wait for the tide until we could get right up into our little anchorage, which is what you're looking at there now. There's a deep little hole there that you can sit in the evening, even at low tide. So we waited it out and then moved up as the tide rose and got into that spot, just in behind that spit there. So with a new dawn, we hope the fish might be on today. We sat around, had brekkie, waited for the tide to rise until we could get out of the creek, and then we shot out and found the birds were up in the sky and it was all happening. Hook up! On the pink plastic.
First cast.
So when the slugs don't work, you try a plastic. I reckon we need more weight.
Oh, I just dropped.
Dropped him?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll have another go. Big bait ball in the water. Yep, come tight on him. You got him?
Yeah.
Yep, he doesn't know he's hooked yet. Does it feel like too much drag? We hadn't checked our drags with scales, so there was a bit of trial and error going on here. These are beautiful new rods I had Gary Howard make me. We're fishing 30-pound braid on these Saragosas. Perfect outfit for this area.
Oh, it's right here.
Good. So a nice bludgered trevally. Hang on. Okay, let him go. They're not a table fish, just a good sport fish. So after some fun there, we decided it was time to go and chase these little black marlin that you catch along the drop-off on the northwest tip of Fraser Island. There's nowhere else in the world you catch little black marlin in 2 meters of water. It's quite incredible. As you can see, it attracts a few other guys doing the same thing. don't think it's a billfish though, is it?
Oh, it's right here. This is mackerel.
Dirty barrel. Come around a bit. Don't go on the beach. Let's walk backwards a bit and try and lift it. Oh, we got to gaff whatever it is, eh?
Oh! Oh, yeah!
Well done, old boy.
Hey, don't hurt my rod.
He's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Where is he? Jumping?
Out the back.
Marlin on. After the mackerel.
Jump.
We keep it tight.
Oh!
Dropped him. Keep tight. Oh, you're on still.
20,000 meters. Freaking huge.
He's good size. I think we're good. Oh, there he is. Nice fish. Oh, might get a jump here. Oh, they're tough, aren't they? Now just get ready to go under the outboard if you have to with your rod. You got him? That's it. Don't let us get his head. Don't let him get his head down. Because you're catching these things in the shallows, there is a temptation, and it's become quite popular to go in and stand in the shallows with your fish
There we go.
for a photo, but I don't think that's a good idea. Much better to get a shot of it boat side and release it as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Because it's a known thing that lifting or manhandling these fish is very harmful to them. Second Marlin.
Yeah.
First Rooney Point Marlin for the trip. This was a bit of a wake-up call. We had stretched a snap swivel out, so I'll be upping the size of those a little bit. So it was time to get that mackerel into the fridge. My professional mackerel fishing mate out of Bundaberg always tells me how important it is to get those into the cold as quickly as you can, and that marlin had interrupted the process. Need a bigger filleting table. Actually, that's not true. I'm very happy with the size of that little bait station. These bigger fish I normally do on the carpet, on the floor. It's just that it was easier to video this way.
There you go.
So we actually ended up trolling past this big boil up here, which got Sam a bit excited. Bit of excitement here. But after a few flicks, there was no joy. We thought, let's go in and have lunch and another swim. And get that tag flag up. Oh! Hitting off.
Oh, so got the nut.
Oh. Oh! Go again. Straight away. So in complete contrast to same time previous day, it was on. Not too much drag.
Yeah. And there's colour. And I think there's a shark under the boat.
That's sort of sharp.
I think it's a shark.
Good sharks all around the boat. It's going to be good luck to get this thing through. Don't know what it is. Might be another one of those trevally like this morning. Colour. What do you got? Around here. Another trevally, I think. Yeah. Wow, bigger one.
Yeah.
Why don't we just tail him? Okay. Good. Oh, that's... He's away. Good job, man. You. Just won't eat it. Sink it. Stop it for a second. Sink it. It's weird to sink. Oh! Oh, mackerel. Whoa. Bring him around.
Yeah. Should I bring him in the boat?
Yeah. Hang on. There you go. Watch it doesn't drop on your feet. Well done. Little, but he measures.
Yeah.
Doesn't look it on the shot, but he's definitely long enough. I want to get.
Yeah.
What do you think this is?
One of those big trevallies, maybe.
Oh, a little shark.
Huh.
Annoying.
Oh, no.
That's alright, yeah. At least we got the leader.
Yeah.
How's your day going?
Epic. It's gone epic.
Into those birds. Right on.
Oh, it's like right.
Can't believe it. Oh, that was a tuna. Oh, they're tuna. Okay, go. Oh, drop. Got him?
Yeah, I got him.
Got him on. So good. Doesn't know he's hooked.
I think they're small lads.
I think he's just going to wake up in a second. I think they're a mac tuna though, don't you?
Yeah, like the underbelly looks like a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, out the back. Oh yeah, splashes and everything. Ooh.
See if we can just get it from the shot.
Push the gas. You need a glove.
I think we're back on.
Shark of the sea!
Here he is.
That's the biggest shark I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not even kidding, that was absolutely
Got the splash.
the biggest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, it was a beast. God, that was biggest thing.
Oh, the splash was enormous. So what Sam was referring to was possibly a 10-foot bull shark that almost ate his tuna at the side of the boat. Now look, I love birds, don't get me wrong, but I can tell you these things do a poo that is like wet cement. And I didn't want that happening on my boat.
Get off my boat! Get off!
And I particularly didn't want it to poo on my bimini. That would be very hard to get off.
You won't get off! He's a smart one.
Well, what a day, Samuel.
Crazy day.
The gentleman knows when to put his rod away. Time to go in and have a drink in the creek and wait for the tide to come in. Keep that down actually because of the salt.
So once you're in the creek there, you're better off just waiting for the tide. You can see people off in the distance there pushing over shallow banks, but you don't get very far. You just sit and wait. It comes in very quickly.
Yeah. So I want to have my little shower and I've got this damn shark swimming around the back of the boat. Because of this stuff in the burley bin, he's smelling it.
And it's actually not bad sitting outside the creek waiting for the tide because you get a beautiful sunset. Anyway, before dinner we got into our little spot and had a lovely meal of fresh mackerel and a good sleep. So another beautiful dawn in Wathumba Creek. Well, we had brekkie waiting for the tide to come in so we could get out. You can see the tide rise here. Suddenly those guys, that was only an hour later and they're floating. And then it was back out to the action.
He was a big shark too.
Big one.
I'll get you the harness.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Good.
That's it. Big bull shark. Oh yeah, nice bully. Look out, keep it down for the moment, that's it.
Hooked well. Look how big this is.
And the corner.
So after a few photos, it was time to release it and get back into some spinning.
How it went.
Right, he's on. No birds, but we saw a little splash.
Oh, you
Dropped him. Dropped him.
snapped off, mate.
Bitten off.
So that was probably a little Spanish mackerel biting through the leader like that. But like the first day, they were there, but they just weren't eating plastics or slugs.
You're getting hit.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Come on. He's going to bite me. If he doesn't poo on my boat, so crazy.
Follow our bird.
Now it does look like I'm charging into a school here on the plane, but that's because I'm zoomed in. One of the things you shouldn't do is charge into schools. You're just going to end up spooking it and ruining it for anyone else that's there. Things had really quietened down. Couldn't even raise another shark. But old mate enjoyed that, I think.
He likes it.
And with Wathumba Creek being so beautiful on a high tide with that crystal clear water, I suggested we go in and have lunch. You can see the difference. Low tide, that's where we anchor at night. Low tide's got that tea tree stained water and 3 metres shallower. But high tide's just magnificent. But be aware, there are irukandjis there, so wear a rashie. But yet again, our afternoon session proved pretty frustrating. We had fish around, but we just couldn't raise one. These guys we had a chat to and they were having the same issues.
Come on, mate. Hey, this is my bait. Get up.
So when it's not happening out there, I suggested another swim and a little wander in to look at the creek at low tide, a bit further north of where we usually stay. It's just an amazing place. But I should mention, and you've probably seen, there are little sandflies coming across the lens every now and then. So sandflies are an issue, and the tide's an issue for people too. It's often a surprise for them. A big surprise. I've seen plenty run hard aground.
Just got to run right behind you again.
The fishing didn't improve that afternoon, so it was back into the creek. You can see these guys trying to get in, pushing over the banks. But as I say, it's much better to just put the anchor down and enjoy the sunset. These guys didn't get far at all. So what a fantastic 3 days with my boy. Special times, good fishing. And while I set up here for a father-son photo, I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and subscribe to all our socials, Professional Boat Care, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. And thanks again for watching. It's been great.